Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative.
There's no such thing as downtime when you own a farm. This is your land. You tend it and try to get the most from it, no matter the weather or time of day. It's been that way for generations. And for generations, your local quality co-op store has been there for you, with a full range of agriculture supplies and services, from feed to fertilizer, seed to grain storage, and the right hardware for any application. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Kevin Worthington. Do you have any idea what a row cropper is? Well, on today's show, you're going to meet one and find out exactly what that term means as we continue our Ask a Farmer series.
The COVID-19 pandemic has forced many theaters to close temporarily, but don't underestimate their adaptability. After all, the show must go on, and theaters are finding new ways to tell stories.
The only thing better than peanuts is peanut butter, and the only thing better than peanut butter is making a dessert out of it. Later in today's show, Stacy Little of SouthernBite.com will show you how to make chewy peanut butter cookie bars. And oh my, they're good.
But we start today's show by reminiscing a little bit as we think back to summer nights gone by, cruising the streets of town, listening to tunes and rocking out on some air guitar.
You know, musicians like Carlos Santana, Jimi Hendrix, and Eric Clapton always made playing the guitar look so easy. But every great guitarist has to start somewhere. And for beginners, it's tough to get past months and months of off-key chords and offbeat strumming. And I speak from experience.
Tough on the guitarist and also their family's ears.
I speak from experience there as well.
Now there's a man down in Dothan, though, who's created a magic gizmo that makes it possible for anyone to pick up a guitar and start playing top 40 hits within minutes. As a guitar novice, I had to check this one out for myself. Learning to play guitar can be painful, both to uncalloused fingers and to discriminating eardrums. As a guitar teacher for decades, Travis Perry had witnessed his fair share of students quit when they couldn't immediately strum a pleasing tune. So he decided to solve that problem by inventing the Chord Buddy, a device that allows you to play 4 chords with just the touch of a finger.
Now, with those 4 chords, you can literally play tens of thousands, if not 100,000 songs. I mean, from everything from when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. From that to head down south to the land of the pines, thumbing my way to North Carolina. So one finger is playing all of that. We teach 5 different rhythm patterns, okay? So when you learn those 5 different rhythm patterns, then what do? Well, here's what you do. You remove your first tab. Now you're doing what these little 3 tabs was doing for you.
Such a simple idea that truly makes a big difference from the very first strum of the guitar. Wow.
Yeah.
That is nice
How
to
easy
hear
is that?
as soon as you pick one up.
Yeah.
The device is entirely made not just in the U.S., but right in Dothan, Alabama. Chord Buddy proudly employs around 30 people in the Wiregrass.
I mean, I've always said we can make it cheaper overseas, but at what expense? There's no machinery involved in the assembly of it or the putting together and the shipping of it. It's all done 100% by hand.
Chord Buddy is just one of the products Travis Perry has created, including his own line of guitars, an all-in-one capo tuner, and the Ukulele Buddy. Travis's penchant for inventing garnered national attention. landing him on the popular network TV show Shark Tank.
I've been on stage my whole life, so I'm pretty comfortable talking to people. But when you walk out and you've got Mark Cuban, Damon Johns, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, Barbara, and the one I picked, Robert Herjavec, it is nerve-wracking.
Chord Buddy sales skyrocketed following his Shark Tank appearance in 2012. But recently, sales reached new heights again as people decided to dust off their guitars during the pandemic stay-at-home orders. It's just proof that those faded dreams we had of becoming a rock star, they're not buried very deep. In fact, all it takes for that spark to be reignited is a little downtime and a little encouragement.
Reindeer games, big finish, yes! Now, how cool is that?
That is very cool. All right, Kevin, I've given it a try. I think that now it's your turn to try out the Chord Buddy.
Well, if Travis can turn me into a guitar player, he's accomplished more than I could in 10 years of trying.
Immediately.
Now, Travis calls this thing a magic gizmo, and it really does feel kind of like magic playing with the Chord Buddy.
Another inspiring detail, Travis said he gets stories all the time about how Chord Buddy has helped people with physical limitations or cognitive disabilities, people who thought they'd never be able to play guitar. Now they can because of his invention. Now, moving from music to the theater, the same creative minds that bring plays to life on the stage are discovering alternative ways to entertain audiences. Next, we'll see how theaters are adjusting to the pandemic.
When shopping for auto insurance, it's important to remember that you have options when it comes to coverage and price. Collision coverage protects when you're involved in an accident. Comprehensive coverage can help in situations such as storms or theft. Primary liability coverage offers protection for bodily injury and property damage when an accident is your fault. When you're ready, visit alphainsurance.com and see how Alpha can help you. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.
Soybean is a very versatile product. We make crayons out of it.
A lot of the combines you see rolling through the fields have a lot of plastic side panels that are made from a soy product.
The soybeans that we grow on our farm mostly goes into chicken feed.
Soybean production in Alabama employs over 10,000 people.
We grow some of the best soybeans in the world.
We go the extra mile to make sure when our name is stamped on it, we know it's the best product we can produce.
You won't find many things more sacred than family recipes. It's part of our history, described as a pinch of this or a dash of that. Well, I come from a long line of folks who fry chicken by feel and make biscuits from memory, showing how much they love you with grease and flour. Well, Alpha cares like that too, making sure your insurance recipe is just right.
Sean! Get a quote or find a local agent at alphainsurance.com.
That's good.
Just off Interstate 20, southwest of Birmingham, lies a hidden gem for lovers of history and the great outdoors. Encompassing 1,500 acres of rolling hills, forest, and streams, Tannehill Ironworks Historical Park is a perfect destination for anyone looking to get away from it all. The park takes its name from stone furnaces which forged the iron that powered the Confederate armies. Among the best preserved examples of their kind, Tannehill's furnaces provide a look back to the roots of the iron industry on which cities like Birmingham would build. Besides the furnaces, visitors can take in a number of historical buildings, including an old country store, 19th century cabins, and a working grist mill. Combined with plenty of hiking, camping, fishing, and other outdoor activities, there's enough to spend a day, a week, or more at this historical Alabama sidetrack.